Hi, my name is Casey Gunter from Media Hope, and today I'm talking with the founder and CEO of Single Tree Media, Mr. Steve Troxel. Mr. Troxel, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
My first question is, how did you get interested in social media marketing?
Well, I've been doing media types of things since I built a crystal radio when I was in third grade. And took electronics in high school and was going to go into the ministry and ran into a church that did a television broadcast, and I thought, I can reach a whole lot more people with television than I can just inside a sanctuary. So I got into religious broadcasting and did that for 5.5 years at a church in Richmond, and then taught at Liberty for 21 years doing media production. Left Liberty and did 2 years at a church in North Carolina and decided I was too far from family down there, so moved back to Lynchburg and started a company called Single Tree Media. And I was just planning on using that as a company for freelance work. And one day I was at the Retail Merchants Association coffee, and Lori Galuccio, who's marketing director for that, and another one of my former students, made the comment that there's a lot of smaller businesses in town that would love to do social media marketing and had no idea how to do it. So I went home and told my son, "You're working with me now." He said, "What are we doing?" I said, "Social media marketing."
That's so funny. What types of companies come to you for assistance?
We have worked with political campaigns, restaurants, insurance agency, retail grocery store, organic foods. It's a specialty shop in particular that needs to reach a particular market for people that are looking for organic, bulk, gluten-free, all of those types of things that you wouldn't necessarily find in a larger store. They just need exposure, and social media works for them.
Exactly. We need social media. What steps do you take for creating a social media marketing plan?
You start by seeing what they want to accomplish. You need to look at the bottom line, because they're not going to pay out good money if they don't see an increase in money at the end of the day. So we look at where they are, where their potential customers are, and decide, do we need to reach out through LinkedIn or Facebook? You have to have a web page, because almost everybody that goes looking on the internet, and so you have to have a web page. Twitter is good for a certain type of market, depending upon how frequently things change. So you just look at what they're trying to accomplish and what the different types of media can do for them, and put together a package that meets their need.
It sounds easy, but is it?
No. No, we talk to any marketing student that's putting together a good marketing program for a class, and there's an awful lot of homework involved. Well, you get into this and there's still an awful lot of homework involved.
I understand. What is your favorite social media channel?
Well, there's a lot of different ones, but I think I use YouTube the most. Just that's where I go for the types of things that I look for. So we generally try, especially if they have video available, or we can do video for them or set them up with a contractor to create different types of video for them. When people are on YouTube, they get a lot of credibility, because people are so used to video that it creates credibility. Television creates credibility. YouTube creates credibility. YouTube, the number of hits you get on YouTube adds to your popularity and where you locate on a Google search. I'll tell you what any business should do is put in their identifiers and see where they show up. If they're not on page 1, probably 30% of the people that look will go to page 2, and if they're not on page 1 or 2, they don't exist on the internet. So they need to do everything that they can to show up in a Google search.
And one last question. What has been one of your favorite projects?
I'll go back to the specialty food store. Okay. That there was a couple of things that we did. One of them is the social media that we're doing, redoing their web page, their Google local, all of the different types of things. They never had a Twitter account before. They're starting to use that. We also got them involved in a networking group. And between those two things, with a bunch of folks that do business around them, which is sort of like social media except with real people instead of electronically, between those two things, they were really close to going out of business. But now, the owner was telling me that he sees the light at the end of the tunnel and he doesn't think it's a train. So I'm just really pleased that we were able to help them salvage, more than salvage, but turn their business around from a labor of love that wasn't doing as well as they would like, now to a labor of love that's becoming what they wanted it to be. And I just really like that one.
I'm sure that's really rewarding too.
Oh, I have fun doing it.
Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you, Mr. Troxel, for meeting with us.
My pleasure.
For more information about Single Tree Media, visit their website, singletreemedia.com. And for more information about careers, visit mediahope.com.